Hey folks, it's Mrs. Shevchuk here, and today we will learn about finding the slope from 2 points on the line. By the end of the video, you should be able to use the slope formula to find the slope of a line when you're given 2 points that fall on the line. Be sure to take notes as we go. Up until now, we've learned how to find the slope of a line between 2 points by finding the rise and the run on a graph. And so as a reminder, what that would look like is if we had the points 1, 2, and 3, 5, and we have them plotted on our graph, we would connect them so that we can see the line that they fall on. And then we would draw a slope triangle between those two to find the rise and the run. And so we would say that from 2 up until 5, it goes up 1, 2, 3. And then from 1 to 4, it went over, from 1 to 3, it went over 2. And so if we were using our graph, we would say the rise over the run is 3 over 2, or 3/2. All right, but it's not always efficient because we don't always have a graph nearby, and sometimes we want to look for a better way to do it. So another way we can do this is we can use the slope formula. So the slope formula actually looks more complicated than it is. It says m equals, which this means slope, y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And let me tell you guys what that means, okay? So it says to find the slope, we take the y value of the second coordinate and subtract the y on the first coordinate, and we divide it by the x value of the second coordinate minus the x value of the first. So what it looks like with these 2 points, we can think of this as x1, y1, x2, y2, and really we're taking 5 minus 2, and we're dividing it by 3 minus 1. And when we do that, we're going to get our slope. So 5 minus 2 is 3, 3 minus 1 is 2, and we get the same slope that we did when we used that graph. And so a shortcut, or a way that you'll see this written sometimes, instead of writing this whole slope formula out, sometimes you'll see change in y divided by change in x. So we're really just finding the difference between our 2 y coordinates and then the difference between our 2 x coordinates. Here's another example. All right, let's see how the slope formula can help us find the slope of the line that passes through these 2 points. All right, so I'm going to find the difference between my y's, and you'll notice how I'm going to draw these arrows. Guys, I do this all the time. I find it really helpful. I'm going to go -2 minus 4. So that's the difference between my y coordinates. And then starting over here, now I'm going to take the difference between my x coordinates, which is 3 minus 1. And when I do that, I'm going to get -2 plus -4, which is -6. 3 minus 1 is 2. And just like before, we always want to make sure that we have the most simplified ratio when we're dealing with slope. So this one simplifies to -3 over 1, or you can just say -3. Now, the other cool thing is that I could have changed the order if I wanted to, as I was subtracting or finding the difference between these ordered pairs. And so what that would have looked like is I could have started over here with this point, with 1, 4, and subtracting 4 minus -2. Then I'd have to do the same thing, start here with my 1, and subtract 3 from that. And you guys, you'll see that once you simplify this ratio, you're going to get the exact same thing. And so you get 6 over -2, which we know is the same thing as 3 over -1, or just -3. So it doesn't really matter if you start with this point and subtract over here, or if you start with this point and subtract over there. You just really have to make sure that you're always doing the change in y on top and the change in x on bottom, and then simplify when you're done. And finally, you can check it by using your graph. If you draw your little growth triangle on here and count, I see that my rise is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It goes down 6 over there as my run goes over 2. And so my growth triangle would show me a slope of -6 over 2 or -3 over 1. So we get the same thing all 3 ways. If you haven't yet copied the slope formula into your notebook, take a moment to do so. And you may want to also add up at the top that you have your two generic ordered pairs here. This is your first point, here's your second point, and then here's how you substitute those in to find the slope. All right, let's try another one, this time without a graph. So find the slope of the line that passes through -2, 4 and 5, 12. I'm going to start over here with my 12, and I'm going to do 12 minus 4. And then I'm going to subtract my x values and do 5 minus -2. And let's see what we get. 12 minus 4 simplifies to 8. 5 minus -2 simplifies to 7. And we end up with the slope of 8/7. All right, let's try another one. If I find the slope between 4, 2 and -3, 2, I'm going to start by subtracting my y values. 2 minus 2 divided by the difference between my x values, which is -3 minus 4. And let's see what we get. 2 minus 2 is 0. -3 minus 4 is -7. And so 0 divided by -7 is 0. Is it possible for a line to have a slope of 0? Let's see what that might look like on a graph. If we were to plot those 2 points, 4, 2 and -3, 2, I would see that I end up with the horizontal line. I guess that makes sense because a line that is horizontal has a slope of 0. So we can say our slope here is 0. All right, let's try these other 2 points for part B. So -4 minus 1 divided by 2 minus 2. -4 minus 1 is -5. 2 minus 2 is 0. Uh-oh. Now I'm dividing by 0. We know we can't do that, right? This ends up being undefined. All right, and if you recall, that means that we are going to have a vertical line. But let's just take a peek and confirm that on our graph. So if we take 2, 1, that would be right here, and then 2, -4, that would be right here. And yeah, when we connect those points, I can see that this is a line that has an undefined slope. All right, now it's your turn. Pause the video, see if you can find the slope between these 2 lines. Make sure you write your work down on paper and simplify your ratio when you're done, and then push play to see how you did. All right, let's see how we do here. I'm going to go -6 minus 4 to find the change in my y's, and then 3 minus 0 to find the change in my x's. And this becomes -10 divided by 3. And I can't simplify that at all, so that is the slope of that line. The second one, we're going to go 3 minus -5. Guys, one of the biggest mistakes people make here is that they just do 3 minus 5. You have to make sure that you're subtracting -5 as you do this. If you can kind of pay attention to that, you'll be less likely to make some of these errors that tend to be kind of common at the beginning. All right, so we did 3 minus -5. Now let's find the change in x's. We're going to go 4 minus -2. And when I go ahead and work this out, this becomes, I'm going to turn that into adding the opposite. 3 plus 5 is 8, and 4 plus 2 is 6. And of course, we can simplify this by dividing 2 out of each of these, and we end up with a simplified ratio of 4/3. And so the slope of our second line is 4/3. How'd you do? Ready for a couple more? All right, if you feel like you've got the hang of it, you can stop watching right now. If you feel like you would benefit from a couple more practice problems, go ahead and pause the video, try these 3, and then push play to see how you did. All right, here you go. The first one is -7/8. The second one is undefined because it's a vertical line, and the third one has no slope or a slope of 0. All right, if you still have questions, please reach out to your teacher. Otherwise, thanks for watching.